Baby Anjoye, Mr. Bright Essilfie kumi a o hwe nim say NPP before beto abama no na wa be yomo National First Vice Chairman. Ototo bombs e wo Monchimonka Highway no so a NPP National Third Vice Chairman Masawudu wonya miss call. Sasu na Nabi National Organizer wonya miss call. Na ebe no NPP unity ho sansam Ebusia from thank you to I beg you to. Enya so parliament ketwa no de asha so ho no. Na eno na idea sa as National First Vice Chairman. And I be say, with all these ideas, now our Henfa, he has a story to tell. Matumebo, na makwensemene into details. Masrawa, so be share video wait, no be share your comment section. Go and subscribe here. Kindly subscribe to Trends GH on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Bebia, Trends GH. Now, young bonra asemene into details. So, Kojo Black, me kobia, me dibiba. Now, Rabano NPP, after presidential primaries, omo next task, and they say, omube elected, omo national officers, regional officers, constituency, NAFI, police station executives. Now, ebusuya, Ebano NPP, National First Vice Chairmanship position now. So far, Mr. Bright Essilfie kumi, ono na watchinity, say NPP for omonto aba emano. So ena NPP, current third vice chairman. Fíres Masawudu, ono so ebusuya o kiremu a oko for first vice chairmanship role. Sasu na nabi, ono so atwiniti say omonto abama no na ombeye first vice chairman. Na ebe no Mr. Bright Essilfie kumi a wo hwe nim say NPP before ebe to abama no as National First Vice Chairman. No we implemented solid ideas. Ebe boa party. O kiremu say impo ebe no NPP 2024 election defeat now. Say so mutie na samwa na party no embedu say because okay say 2018 time wana operate as National Youth Organizer no policies be brain na order two NPP for anim na so man to abama no na that problem no na eno de e pile ya 2024 elections no e ka ho ma omudi ntwo kese sa no problem ben sa yambon room.
I also indicated the idea of the communication style. It is entirely wrong. We have a communication machinery that is not coordinated.
Even though there's a director of communication.
There should have been coordination of the individuals who do the communication, training for them at the same time. Because when you communicate in opposition, you see, you communicate by just quoting verbatim without substantiation of your claim. You can say Jomama is incompetent. That's opposition. Okay? But when you come to power, you have these sensitive sectors of the economy to defend, which is substance. You need to talk about substance. If they ask you about
facts and figures,
if they ask you free SHS and you don't know the curriculum, you don't know anything about educational reforms and all that, I mean, you will not be able to talk. So I proposed, if you check, that we should have the NPP Communication Institute, not the NPP Institute that was launched.
Not the Patriotic Institute.
I said NPP Communication Institute in 2018. NPP Communication Institute because we need to train. We are in power. And we are talking about issues of sensitivity that borders on economic development. So what we expect from our communicators is to understand the dynamics of what we are doing. So if we actually want to really project the things we are doing, we need to train our communicators. And we need to coordinate and know how to give them allowances. Sometimes a serial caller might need just credit. He might need just data to do his job. But of course, we did not pay attention to the coordination I spoke about. The launching of the institute is different. Mine was a mobile communication institute where you have like a huge bus with MPP Mobile Communication Institute. It goes around each constituency and train the communicators there.
So it's not about having a centralized place
you cannot drag people from.
But then moving from one constituency to another.
Let me give you a town behind Boku, Pusiga and Kulungungu. Kulungungu is where Nkrumah was almost bombed. If you remember, the attempted bomb of Nkrumah. Kulungungu is a border town to Burkina. Now, right at Kulungungu, there is a communicator there. Is he going to really be transported to Accra, to the institute, to come and learn something and go back? Are we accommodating them? Have we looked at the cost involved? All these things. So it should have been mobile bus with mobile MPP Communication Institute, where we go round. Each constituency, we are there, all communicators will come. We train them both in 2 mediums, their local language and then English. And also, we should have also used those people who man the sensitive sectors of the economy to speak about those issues whilst you are in power. So parliamentarians should not be sitting in their office waiting for another communicator from maybe Shukura to go and communicate on the issue of possibly free SHS. No. The one responsible for the free SHS, the education minister, can send the deputy to be doing the communication throughout. Or the PRO of the education ministry should be doing that and all out. Because that gives us details with content and with the exact points.
And these are gaps you realized.
I realized.
That you feel basically led to what we saw in 2024, the party losing power.
Yes, it is one of the reasons why. So the communication thing, we still have to open it. NPP National Communication Institute is a mobile bus going and then training our people. We believe that politics is about space. Virtually, you move from police station, come to constituency, become regional, and then your space is widening, the scope is widening.
Yes.
But if the base is not democratically and properly elected, they will choose the wrong person. Because it is the base that choose even our leader as presidential candidate. So it means that the base is so important. It's like running a school. The best teacher should go to the daycare because that's where the foundation is built. But we put all the best teachers at the university, put them at the secondary school, waiting for the bad teacher to run them from primary and bring them to us. Then we begin to now fix things that should have been fixed at the primary level. So most importantly, it means that our police station should be very important. It's the fulcrum on which the party runs. The police station executive should understand the dynamics of democracy, understand the dynamics of a good leader and a bad leader, and the effect it can have on us.
Right.
But sometimes we take that for granted. The base, and then they also go, it's like garbage in, garbage out. How can you run a party without having data of who your members are? You are running a national party, a serious party that has produced a lot of the prominent leadership in this country, and we have no data of whether you are a member or I'm a member. I'm not talking about just writing names. I know the names, police station executives, that's what we have. But there should be a data which spells out each member's name, his history, where he has come from, his qualification, what does he want. We look at where he came from, what activities he has. So if I'm a CEO and you come to my office looking for an opportunity, I can just go in my data and type your name.
And know who exactly
you are. Maybe your contribution is so huge that, but the CEO is coming from maybe US or somewhere, and he doesn't know you. If we knew our members off head, Communicaations will not even come into an election.
Because it will be based on merit.
It will be based on our members. And how do you tell whether I'm a member or Sami is a member?
The database.
It is the database that will really give us all this. After that, we need to do a fingerprint machine where we fingerprint all our members. Let's register new ones.
Biometric data.
Biometric data. When you go for a primaries or maybe NPP election, national election, or any of the election we run as a party or a political group, the Electoral Commission will come and officiate it, we understand. But yet we will give them our database and then the fingerprint machine. So the whole Ghana can vote. The whole Ghana NPP members can vote. You just walk to where the voting is going on, and then you just do your fingerprint. It shows your data, you're a member.
So you are a proponent for opening it up and making sure that every eligible party member takes part, and not the fact that
it will help.
With all these ideas, any policies ni bia or can ewo hono. Ene bebre na chem say enti na osahefa. Eno na Mr. Bright Essilfie kumi o chem say amanfo ntelenku omonto amobo na nsam no obedidwam into details. He has a story to tell. Eba na sign in 2018 Nanabi ebitray Mr. Bright Essilfie kumi. Any afi ono Mr. Bright Essilfie kumi ankasa kra no oye hwan party no den ade porte ni bi na waye wom adenti na o kyerem say NPP fo anto abama no as national first vice chairman. Any afi Masawudu miss caller wenya no enya sam ketwa. Yes, Masawudu ni omode kai na ne say okopushi microphone no ye popular.
In the year 2000, that's 99, 2000, let me say two first. One guy called Abu Lakulaku, and then myself, we had to form the Nasara. I'm a founder of Nasara.
Oh.
Yes. If you check their history, you see one of the names, Bright Essilfie. That's me. It's a Essilfie I changed to Essilfie because it was more of the Zongo community, and I have to be the one
to relate.
I have to be the one doing the documentation and everything because the people involved were not too educated. So I had to change in that regard. Now, the idea of forming the Nasara at that time was to give the Islamic community an identity in our party. We actually moved from Iwosh, Ablekmanov, to Fadama to see Alhaji Maiga, who actually, he had the resources we didn't have. So actually, we went to him and then he gave us an office in Fadama. Then we started Nasara, which means victory. The word Nasara means victory. And then we started Nasara from there. If you see the group I told you about, which is the Movers for Change, I have contested for MP, Central Region, Esukumodo Bimbrakwa. We are working tirelessly. Even NPP USA, I have held position in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania chapter. I was the communications officer for them, and I was the electoral commissioner for most of the elections that were held in America. Now, as an experienced leader, coming from student leadership, I'm former Teacher Training College Association president. I did a lot of student politics here. Myself, Sohini, Kabila, we were some leaders, set of group student leaders, including most of the guys who are leading most of the political parties today. I have contested for National Youth Organizer in 2018. Now, at the close-up margin of the election day, now I was called. You see, apart from constitutionality, we have what we call the best practices. Now, so with the best practices, we can do an election. We can run an election, and we don't have any votarian in here. We say, the deputy, let's give them also a representation to come. It's best practices, not constitutional. So, most importantly, I sat, Nanabi and the rest, most of the big wigs in the party, sat and said, I'm from Central Region. It was heated, that National Youth Organizer, myself, Kamadi, Dominic Edia, the job day ground, that was the time. We were all moving on. Then they said, the Ashantis, if you look at the trend, none of the Ashantis is contesting for any of this thing. And that's our stronghold. So if you think about the party and not a personal gain, step down for the Nabi. So I stepped down for him, and then he did an agreement with me. The agreement was that when he wins, he will let them appoint me as Deputy National Youth Organizer. When he won, he said, go to hell. Wow. Oh, go online. He's there. Nanabi. He said, go to hell. In fact, I stepped down and taught the whole Ghana for this guy. The day I stepped, because we just wanted Ashanti regions to also have the representation at NEC. And for the interest of the party, I stepped down for him. Did a lot for him. Designed a lot of proposals. We actually came out with policies that we intend to inject into the youth wing in order to make it very, very strong and active. After the election, he said, go to hell. This issue was not a joke. That was 2018. He said, go to hell. And he took somebody else. Meaning that the contract we have, if I should pursue it legally, they will say, you're a party man. And why are you taking your party man to whatever? I didn't. So we had to really also recall back and then be doing job at the... There are so many of us who work for the party that do not hold positions currently. But the kind of work we do for the party, using volunteer groups and others, is more effective and efficient than even those who claim they have assumed responsibility as a particular position of the party. Organizer position to actually we contested, and of course I did not make it. I understand. It was also the same grounds of monicracy. You don't worry. So most importantly, what I am looking at for the national first vice, can you name all the three national vice that we have? Apart from the fact that somebody has to push a microphone before the people were like, are these people part of it? The vice chairs, three of them, we have only known them only when there is a problem. Like somebody pushing what's the name? The
microphone.
The microphone somewhere. Then we all asked, who is this one? Then there is another one. And the next and the next. So the three, I am looking at strategically joining the particular position as a national affairs vice to actually complement the job of the chairman. Okay. You need a level-headed, deep-seated knowledge guy, a person with human relation, okay, humble person, because running political party is not a joke. People have attitudes, they throw stone from everywhere. It's about whenever they throw the stone, it is either you pack it to build a house or you decide to let it be a problem for you. And so most importantly, you need somebody who understands the dynamics of the party from the grassroots to now. More to the point, you need somebody who is action-oriented. Some of us cannot sit when we have made promise to people because we don't want the outcome to be, oh, you said it, you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Just like NDC promised Koka or whatever, and then so what I hate to hear is that I said I will do this, that. So most of the time, when I have given my policy, I give you the implementation plan and the sustainability plan. Clear cut. So we sustain that to continue benefiting all of us. So the idea is that I want to bring some activism in the vice chairmanship.
It doesn't just become a position you hold, but then it becomes based on what you are also doing. I want to bring some
activism in the vice chairmanship role, which has been redundant for some time, because there is no spelled out responsibilities given
for the vice chairs.
But then I believe we can overlap and possibly help the youth organizer in building TESCOM, help the organizer in making sure Nasara is okay, help the chairman too, which is of course our responsibilities already, is to really complement the effort of the chairman for him to achieve his goal. But that shouldn't be that when the chairman has not initiated anything, we will sit down. No, I want the vice chairmanship to have some kind of activism and to be able to produce results. So for me, I believe being the vice, I have all the international exposure. I don't know who in our party right now, who in our party has that international exposure than I do. This is what I do. I travel all over the world. So I am so interested in the external branch of our party. I don't accept the external branch name. I felt it should have been named Diaspora Branch. Diaspora.
Not external.
External is an offshoot of the original. So we always don't think about them. It is only when we need help from them that we go there, which is dangerous.
I don't represent an Obisa and say, Mr. Bright, Shanyamianim. Na kanokre wujidi se mo be win 2028 elections eno na Mr. Bright Essilfie kumi o kire mu say yes omujidi nambo mo no enioma bi wo ho a e wo so mo ye unity ho sensem punchlines are ototo wo ho no o kire mu an so mo ko thank you to but osro mo a omo mo new one eye ne ahe
the new Patriotic Party, as it stands now, to win election 2028, is it even possible?
It's possible. It is possible. Dr. Bawunya will say, it is possible. You see, it is possible only if we can use our 2 ears. In that principle, when I hear from you, it is only one ear that has heard it. I must hear from the other for this one. The ears are two. Then we make sure that we build that unified stuff. Now, it is normal for factionism, in terms of factions, to come in any group that goes for competition. There will be factions, virtually. Because I have my interest, you have your interest. But I believe, in principle, that the unity process that we are talking about shouldn't be just by word of mouth. The unity process should be practical. You see, I just proposed to you that it is better to go for reconciliation tour, where we are touring everywhere to talk about we are begging you, what we did was wrong. Or I beg you to. Let's make it simple. You understand what I'm saying? It is important. We try to beg our members, number one, that things we did that they felt was not right, that we were still doing it. Please.
You're sorry.
We are sorry. Then we do the international one too. Then after that, we do proper reconciliation committee formed by the national executive to invite certain people who actually directly insulted certain people too much, like Koka did to Ken. No, it was family business we are having. Why should people's personalities be insulted? Proper reconciliation committee that feels that certain people feel insulted, certain people feel they have been rejected one way or the other. Then we talk to them, and it should be the job of every constituency executive. They should do it in their area. We should assign constituencies an assignment of maybe a 6 month.
So it should be decentralized.
Decentralized.
Do you think the unity can be attained? Because,
it
like
can
you
be
said,
attained.
In the lead up to the elections, a lot of insults happened. A lot of people feel pained. A lot of people feel sidelined. A lot of people feel disgruntled about the process. How are you going to do that?
You see, those at the national level do not know what actually, though the committee has gone around to do the outcomes and all that, that we know why we lost, which of course the Michael Quay committee did it. We understand that. But I want us to decentralize this approach in terms of the peace process. Constituency executives and the Council of Elders and everybody there should take the constituency.
Okay.
Visiting We know where they are. Begin the reconciliation process. Because they understand why the people are angry. They are directly living with them. It's the same way because the regional can also not know unless the constituency, because the constituency executives know those who are angry and why they are angry. Because certain things happen in certain constituencies which the national could not see, and they might not have heard it through communication. So the only way we can do this is to decentralize the peace process. That is, each constituency knows the dynamics of what actually has angered anybody or any conflicts there, and then they can find mediation tactics and all that, and then we solve it. Then we can put only one national figure among them, just for them to know they have sent people even from the top to come to my house. I'm okay now.
Right.
We are humans. You cannot just say it in public that, hey, let's have peace. Peace at where? No. You cannot just say, let's have peace. After all the insult rained on me, no, somebody has to come and beg me. Somebody has to come and apologize. That, look, we are one party. In fact, my approach was wrong. So I'm sorry. It doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Into what I'm saying, it is possible for the NPP to win 2028 elections. Number one, adia ba kwa e was omo ye say unity ehia. And some ni bia amanfo kan ye bi ti say Koka. And some o kan ya no odwe ho ntia ase. Obi a wa bobra ne Koka. Thank you, Tono. It is time for them to start. I beg you, to. Ghana afana. Ebusan, feel free. That's why you your comment section. Next video way. Send a beya afufroso or masa ebekebi. Macro. Ebusan quick one. And twas a second. Number monoto from the legit source. Our as baby adano ubenya access to electricity, water, any of good road. Now, mino can say Land King Company Limited, omo no the trusted source. Ebano assassin one sama omu chema omo assassin mi opokuase hills. Aya 10 minutes drive from the interchange at 70 feet by 100 feet. And no call for 255,000 Ghana cedis. Sasuna more 50 feet by 70 feet. And do the phone call 130,000 Ghana cedis. Sasuna more assassin bi o Ashalaja near Amasaman. And also 70 feet by 100 feet. A call for 85,000 Ghana cedis. And a 50 feet by 70 feet. And do the phone call for 45,000 Ghana cedis. Land King Company Limited, or office. Ewo pokwasi here omo number na etwegu ewo screen so ni timasrawa for Land King Company Limited na je wasase efu omo ho no ma so twibia.